I've been testing two of Apple's three new iPhones for the past several days, the iPhone XS and the iPhone XS Max. They're two of the best iPhones Apple's ever made, but they're also some of the most expensive. Here's what you need to know about them. Here's what makes the iPhone XS and the iPhone XS Max so good. A year later, the iPhone X was still the best smartphone you could buy, and now there's an option with slight improvements. The iPhone XS Max has a 6.5-inch screen compared to the 5.8-inch screen in the iPhone XS and the iPhone X. But on both phones, the speakers are louder than they are in the iPhone X, and the screens are improved too for when you view things like photos. I love the iPhone XS Max. It has a huge 6.5-inch screen, but it doesn't feel too big in your hands. The screen's actually larger than the 6.4-inch display on the Note 9 and the 5.5-inch display on the earlier iPhone 8 Plus. Combined, the screen and the speakers are great for watching movies and playing games. The design is pretty much identical to the iPhone X, but there are some changes that you should know about. The glass is the strongest that Apple's ever used on an iPhone, which should prevent against cracking if you drop it. It's also water resistant at up to 1 meter for 30 minutes. That's 3 feet of water or a dunk in the pool. The iPhone XS and iPhone XS Max cameras really blew me away, especially when I was taking pictures of my dog on the beach. One new feature lets you adjust the bokeh, the blur in the background of a portrait picture, after you've taken it, which I thought was really cool. The battery life is really good on both phones. The iPhone XS has a small improvement over the iPhone X, and I didn't really notice it that much, but I did see a difference with the iPhone XS Max, which seems to last all day and then longer. The iPhone XS Max and iPhone XS also ship with iOS 12, Apple's brand new operating system, which will be available back to the iPhone 5S. It has lots of new features like screen time, which lets you see and limit how long you spend inside each app, and another feature, you can set certain times a day where you won't get any notifications at all. iOS 12 also has a brand new Memoji feature, which allows you to create digital, animated versions of yourself that you can send to friends and family. And this is only available on phones with FaceID. So there are a couple downsides I think you should know about. The iPhone XS and iPhone XS Max still charge really slow with the included 5-watt charger. I wish Apple included a more powerful one in the box, as some Android manufacturers have started to do. They're also really expensive if you want a lot of storage. While the iPhone XS starts at $999, which I think is a fair price, the iPhone XS Max with 512 gigs of storage will cost you $1,449. So should you buy the iPhone XS or iPhone XS Max? If you have the iPhone X, I don't think you need to. But if you have an older device, there are a lot of improvements here that you'll really like. You'll finally get up to Face ID, you'll get the larger screen that runs from edge to edge, you'll have the powerful glass, and the water resistance that we haven't seen in earlier iPhones. But you might also want to consider waiting for the iPhone XR, which launches next month and is a bit more affordable, but we haven't tested that yet.